Hello, everyone. Welcome to our class tonight. So we are running a lunchbox snack class. So thank you for joining. And we're hoping that tonight should be able to set you up a little bit with your lunchbox snacks because it is coming. It's not far away. So happy days because the kids will be out of the house, but that does mean lunchboxes are required. Your Thermomix obviously is your best friend through this because it's going to help you immensely. What we've got tonight, we've got the beautiful Jen and Jess and Stefania, my team buddies. So they'll be cooking tonight as well with me. We've got a lot of recipes happening and they are super quick and ones that you'll be able to absolutely smash out, even potentially double batch them and stuff so you can really fill that freezer up. The other thing that I will let you know that at the end of our session tonight, if this is something you can see yourself doing, potentially joining our amazing team, I'm going to be running our business info session at the end of it. So it will be just an added few more minutes at the end of the class if this is something that you would think that you would like to join after seeing tonight, especially. We have something in February coming up where for only 4 sales made in Feb, you'll be able to earn the cutter, the cutter which we all need, the blade cover to peel your potatoes and slow cook and all that, and a spare jug and commission. So Feb is the time to join our Fab team. So that will be happening after the class. So I thought I'd let you know now. All right, so we are going to get started because I'd like to smash this class out and get as much done and you can get to bed. So Stefania is going to start with an apple, zucchini and carrot bread. So I'm just going to spotlight Stefania. And
all right,
here's Stefania.
Thank you everyone for joining. So I will start with the apple, zucchini and carrot bread. And I will get to actually use the cutter. So you will get to see the cutter in action. This is the latest accessory released by Thermomix, which is making Thermomix even better. So I just got this up here that will go in there, and I'll place my bucket inside. And what I'm going to do is start the recipe by grating some zucchini and then grating carrots and apple. So it's got a disc there for grating or slicing. So I've got it on the grating side at the moment. And I'm going to start with the zucchini. So I've actually cut already some zucchini up, but I didn't need to. I'm just used to it because it's going to chop it all up in here anyway. So I place my zucchini in there, and all I'm going to do is turn it on speed 4, reverse to thinly grate that. All right, so. This recipe is a recipe from Bake Play Smile website. So I will be using the manual way of using the Thermomix tonight. It's not a cookie dough recipe, which I thought would also be good to show you. Now have a look at this. Hopefully I don't drop it on the screen. This is the zucchini. Finally,
I'm obsessed with it. We can hide everything, Stefania, with that grate.
That's the hope.
Yeah.
To put some green in the lunchbox. So I'm going to keep this over here.
If you haven't organised a demo with your consultant yet, definitely organise that because you need to see this cutter in action. Have a look at that.
It's amazing. That was just a few seconds of this cutter doing all the work. But I'm going to put this back in, and I'm going to do the carrot. I could have kept going as well with the carrot, but because zucchini have a bit of water, I'm thinking I'll need to squeeze a bit of the liquid out. So I've just taken it out. Okay. Hang on. Yeah.
So after the end of the class, I'll get the recipe off Stefania and I will email everyone who's attended with all the recipe links from what we've cooked tonight, especially Stefania's because it's not on Cookie Do, but it's a great chance to see how easy it is to convert recipes into the Thermomix.
Yes, that's right. All right, I'm going to go with the carrots now. So here. And again, on speed 4 on reverse. So with the cutter, if we use the normal direction of the blades, it will thickly grate them. But if we put reverse, it will thinly grate them. So there are 2 options there. I'm going to go with thin again.
We have these modes on the Thermomix as well now, don't we? That, you know, to cut and slice.
Yes,
we do.
Yeah, this is do we? I didn't know that. They have
Yes.
Like, no. Yes, it's there. I'll just put the next one. All right, this is another amazing. Let me see if I can show you. I haven't done actually carrots before. Look at that. That's beautiful.
That's great.
Coleslaw or something like that.
Yes, because I prefer the modes because in Lucinda's demo, didn't I? The other day, I might have got the wrong way of the blade and did a different chop, whatever. So happy days with the mode. We love a mode.
Thank you, Jen. That's going to make me less nervous now.
Awesome.
Okay. I'm going to go with the funny one with the apple. So here, and I'm going to try with the mode now. So there is a grating and slicing. So I'll go with grating and thin. Okay, great. First try and try. No?
Zoom silences the Thermomix. That's why we can't hear anything. She's blitzing that away. But
can you imagine how long it would take you to stand there and grate these things?
oh, 100%.
All right, done. Let's have a look. That's super, super thin. Don't stick up. But that's okay. For the bread, I think that would be nice. Put some of the juice out. Wait, I'll show you.
I really like that grate off they had with the husband and the wife.
Yeah.
The Thermomix versus the
yeah. Could not have put it any better than that. Now with the blade cover, sort my potatoes out. It's done.
That's super.
Oh, that's very thin.
That's very thin. I probably should have gone thick for that one, but doesn't matter. It's just all going to melt in the bread anyway. Now, the best part is that the next step in this recipe is to clean and dry your mixing bowl. But because I use the cutter, it's already clean and dry. So it's ready to go.
We love that.
Yes, save time. So I can just leave the cutter on the side. I can throw it in the dishwasher later. It's all dishwasher safe. And I shall proceed with the next step, which is adding some self-raising flour. So I'll put the scales on. 265 grams.
So it's something sweet for the lunchbox, but filled with all the good stuff, and they will never know. So you can definitely take advantage of your cutter to really hide those bits and pieces in their snacks.
Okay, I've added the flour. I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of bicarb soda. Okay. So it must be nice and fluffy because it's self-raising plus bicarb soda. And some salt. How much salt? Just a pinch of salt. Okay, and 1 teaspoon of cinnamon.
Always a winner. Cinnamon.
Yeah, cinnamon. Yeah, I don't know the zucchini flavor. And press the button to do that. So I'm going to put the lid on with the measuring cup and press turbo 8 times. So that will sift the flour together with the spices, with the cinnamon and with the 5 cup soda. So we'll go to our function screen and find our turbo. See, because they've added the slicer and slicing and grating, all my icons have moved. You couldn't find them.
Oh yeah, yeah, they would have.
All right, so turbo 8 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, okay, that's done. Scales. Now I'm going to add caster sugar. I don't know if everyone here knows that you don't have to buy caster sugar when you have the Thermomix. You can make it as well in your Thermomix. It's very simple. You just add 200 grams of white sugar. You can even use raw sugar, really. And just turn it on 2-3 seconds on speed 8. And you get caster sugar. Let's say you buy all different types of sugar shops. All right, now I'm going to add, it asks for 225 grams of sugar, but I always put a lot less. So I'm gonna go for 180. I reckon that would be more than plenty.
And this is the beauty of your Thermomixes, is that you have full control what is going in your lunch boxes and in the food that the kids are taking to school. So, and that's why we love them so much.
I think that actually looks like a lot. I probably cut down a bit more, but it's the first time making this bread, so I'll test it out and see. Just the sugar. All right, and it's almost done. Now we just put the lid back on and we mix for 10 seconds on reverse speed 4. We'll go to our menu screen and we select 10 seconds, reverse on speed 4.
So like I said, I'll get this recipe off Stefania and I'll send it in a follow-up email tomorrow. That's mixing away.
Okay, done. Now I'm going to add some eggs. I've prepared the eggs already, so just put them in. And some melted coconut oil. Just here. Check. Yeah, perfect. That's about 120 grams of coconut oil. The grated zucchini. I'll just squeeze some of that water out. Just a second. Okay, now put the zucchini. That will be invisible, I reckon. And the zucchini and carrot and apple. Yeah. Looks very healthy, apart from the sugar.
It's very healthy. I mean, that could be for our lunch boxes as well. So quite easily, not just for the kids.
Yeah. So I'm just squeezing some liquid out of the apple too, because I don't want it to be too wet. Okay. Done. Okay. Done. Now the last So now we're going to combine this mixture 15 seconds on reverse speed 4. Okay, all done. I'll show you. I'm just going to pour the mixture into the tin. Yeah, it's beautiful. It says that you can do it a bit longer if it's not combined, but see if I can do it without tipping it over. That's the mixture.
Oh, that's good.
It looks good. It looks like a sort of a banana bread mixture, so it's nice.
Yum.
Combined. And I'm going to put it into my bread tin. So this is my favorite bread tin. It's the bread tin from mixture with a lid. And I use it for all my loaves of bread, but I also use it for banana bread. And also for this recipe, it will be good because then you can slice it, you can make it nice and compact and slice it to fit perfectly in a lunchbox. Otherwise, another option would be to divide the mixture and use one of these silicone trays that you can also find in the mix shop. This one is my favorite because it's not all soft all around. It's got a little bit of structure, because I find the other ones are a bit wobbly getting them out of the oven. But with this one, I can just divide the mixture there, and then it's quite sturdy to put in the oven, and you create mini portions that you can then freeze. So they're two of my favorite items from the mixture. I think that's all from me for now. I'm just going to pour this into the bread tin and put it in the oven.
And that bakes in the oven for how long?
50 to 60 minutes. So my oven, I reckon, would be 50 minutes. It's 180 degrees and forced.
Beautiful. Thank you, Stefania.
Thank
So
you.
we are going to take, okay. So I am going to do tonight just something a little bit savory to add to the lunchbox. Now, the zucchini slice, we all do it. We do it 100 times. This one is a little bit different. So I feel like it's like a little take on the zucchini slice. This is called the zucchini, ham, and corn bites. And you can find it on Cookie Dough. Okay, so you can find it on Cookie Dough and find the recipe there. So we're going to get started. Preheat oven, which I have. Now it says to liberally spray my tray, but like Stefania was saying, I am also obsessed with the silicone trays because everything pops out. You do not need to spray a thing, and that is my jam because it means one less step I have to do. So I am using just the little mini ones. I figure you can put anything in a muffin tray. So these little ones, the one that Stefania showed, there's also the donut shaped ones. There's the giant muffins. These are good for like, you know, spinach and feta muffins, like the cafe style ones. They're great. And then you've got your normal muffin ones. So literally anything sweet or anything savory, you can absolutely make in these. So highly recommend these. Like Stefania said, from the mix shop, and don't forget to pop your consultant's name down if you do end up buying them. Okay, so I'm using the mini ones today, and I'm adding zucchini. No need to grate, we're just cutting it today. I could grate, but I'm not going to. I'm also adding corn as well. So I've just done a double, and shaved ham. So I've got some ham, just going to pop that in. Actually, and I should spotlight my video above there. That would help. Okay, pressing next, lid on. This one is ridiculously quick as well. So that's just chopping that up. Done. So of course you could grate all that stuff, but for something like this, I would just do this quick chop. So you can see that just 3 seconds in the Thermi. It's not like a mush. It's still got a little bit of texture to it. Okay, we're adding stock. It would help if I grab that.
This is, awesome. Like, I haven't made these before, and I was looking for something a little bit different to zucchini slice because the kids are going off it a little bit. So this is very inspiring. I will be making this for the lunch boxes. Thank you very much.
100%. And I've got a hot tip from Lucinda, one of my customers. Not too much stock. I live in Lucinda, so She made them the other day and she said, no, just a little bit. Now that's my chicken stock. It says veggie stock, but do whatever works for you. You know my motto, close enough, good enough. Chicken is my thing at the moment as well. So I do make the chicken a lot. So pressing next, we're adding arrowroot flour. So hot tip, because this is your main ingredient on a Brazilian cheese puff, which is my kids' absolute favorite and my husband's, I must say. There is, if you buy tapioca starch from the Asian aisle, it only costs $1 a bag. So if you go to the health food aisle and buy like a tub of arrowroot, number one, it will barely make any cheese puff. So not many at all, and that's not going to work at my house. Triple batch that stuff, and it's much cheaper. All right, so that's a little hot tip. So we're using the same. It's in this particular recipe. Half a teaspoon of bicarb soda.
So it's still called arrowroot flour, but you get it from an Asian shop?
Well, it's called tapioca, but it's kind of the same thing.
Oh, tapioca, yeah.
Tapioca, sorry, yes. So yeah, you can use it the same.
Same thing, yeah.
Now, I don't have coconut flour. I ordered it on my online shop and it didn't come. So I'm just going to add some more of the other one. And it should be okay, according to substitutions. All right, we are adding 4 eggs. So like Jen said, my kids are a bit over with zucchini slice. I made it the other day and had a ball with a cutter, but I think I may have overkilled zucchini slice with them.
Yep.
Pretty much, yeah.
It's terrible because they love it so much and you're like, yes, this is a go-to. And then one day you put it there thinking this is going to win and I'm worried this is going to happen with the vegetarian sausage roll.
Yeah, exactly. It's like you can't trick me with your Fermi tricks any longer, guys. These kids have had a Fermi way too long in their lives and now plugged in. It is 20 seconds combining, speed pull, reverse.
Easy stuff.
Just how I like it.
Yep. Thanks very much.
And that is it. That is literally it. So there's our mixture. Looks very similar to the zucchini slice mixture, but I promise it is different. There's also another one on Cookie Dough that has quinoa in it. So it takes a little bit longer because you have to cook the quinoa, but it's still got the same kind of vibe. It's just if you want to mix it up in the lunchbox, there's another recipe to have a go at. So I'm going to pop that into the mold. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to switch off. And remember, if you've got any questions, throw it in the chat. Or if you've got anything to share about, your experiences with any of your little lunchbox snacks, please put it in the chat because we would love to hear it. And I'm going to pop Jen, who is going to make gummies, and I am obsessed with gummies at the moment. So can't wait to see it. Go for it, Jen.
Okay, so I'm going to make the passion fruit gummies. So I imagine you can, make them any kind of flavor that you want. So let's just get into it. So the first thing we need is 300 grams of the fresh passion fruit pulp. So, no, okay, I'm not opening 100 passion fruit and doing that. So you can get the tins, and luckily for me, I made a cocktail at Christmas that needed tins of passion fruit, and I went a bit overboard, so I've got those here. This recipe, 300 grams.
Yum.
Yeah, right, it was amazing. It's about 2.5 of the little tins, right? So once you've gotten all the seeds out, and I just want to highlight these bowls as well because I'm obsessed with them, right?
Oh, I think I want them. Do I want them?
Yeah, you do. Clearly, I didn't put the extra half in there because this is only 209, but we're going with that. Yes, you do. So these bowls, they come nestled. There are, let's say 4, maybe there's only 3, but they have a rubber base so they don't move, okay? They have a spout so it pours easily. They have this awesome little handle so you can easily pour from. And and they all nestle in, and they all have lids that sit and cover it perfectly. So I'm absolutely in love with these bowls, and everyone needs them. Okay, next, so 150 grams of caster sugar. I obviously I pre-made these so that I could, work out how they come together and everything. But like Stefania, I don't like a lot of sugar in the food that goes in the lunch boxes. So I'm using the nut beer today instead of caster sugar. I'll still put the same amount
good
in,
idea.
150. But, just, making adjustments where we can. I have the 40 grams, wrong one, 40 grams of gelatin powder. And did you know with gelatin powder, sometimes even with gelatin strips or, the sheets, and when they say titanium or something or other, I always thought titanium was like a stronger kind of gelatin and I needed to go somewhere special to get it. It doesn't matter. It's just a word, right? So actually, all of it's the same. So don't think that, you need to go get the gold one or the titanium one. It's all the same. Okay, so 40 grams of glucose syrup. I did separate this earlier because it is a sticky mistress. So
it is. That was my best friend over Christmas with the fudge. It was glucose syrup heaven.
Yep.
But it's hard. It's hard to get out.
It is a sticky business, right? So get in, but essential. So fun. All right, that'll it. Okay, that goes in. Now, without the measuring cup, we're going to take that out. And this, for 5 minutes, is going to cook on 100 degrees on speed 2. So we'll let that do its little thing. Oh, actually, I forgot to add. So I'm going to add also a tablespoon of collagen hydrolysate. Anyway, it's like protein. So I'm just going to add a tablespoon of that because why not, right? Just like with the veggies, when you add as many as you can, I think if I can add a bit more depth and goodness to these, then I will. There you go. 5 minutes.
Beautiful. Thank you, Jen. I'm just trying to find Stefania. Where's she gone? Oh, there she is.
Yeah,
hello.
Clean.
Stefania is going to do a very quick hummus. So we just wanted to show you a variety of things. So dips are obviously a great way to get a little bit of extra something into those lunch boxes. No need to buy them at the supermarket. Some great dips. So not only is the hummus a great one to do, but there's a tuna dip that I'm obsessed with. There's an olive dip as well. The tuna dip is, I love it. There's also a green olive dip. You need to have your filters open, making sure that you're including other, like the UK, the US. I think it's from the UK, but the green olive dip is amazing too. So not only great for the kids to try some different flavors, but also one that you could pop into your own lunchbox. So yeah, great option. So yeah, dips are another great inclusion into a lunchbox as well. Team it with some carrots and some cucumbers and all those kinds of things. Yeah, great for snacks.
Can I share with you just quickly, like a dip that I had at a branch meeting recently?
Yeah.
So it's got measurements inside. Stop it. Okay, so a dip, very quick. So it's like a block of cream cheese, and then 2 tins of those little tomato and savory sauce tuna tins. Chuck it in, whip it in your Thermomix, dip. It is so good.
Yum.
Okay, it was really good. It's not my recipe, but she's going to share it on the rest of the community. It was delightful.
Oh yes. Well, if you do get your hands on it before tomorrow, and I can send it in that email as well if you want. If you get your hands on it, I would like to try it. I love a dip. Could live on a platter. I could live on platters, so that I could quite happily. You good, Stefania?
Yeah.
She's ready to go.
Yeah, I'm ready to go. All right, so I've got the recipe. This is a cookie dough recipe. So it's up here. It's hummus. So I'll just quickly check the ingredients. I've got them all, so I can hit start cooking. So it's asking for 250 grams of chickpea, cooked or canned. I've actually cooked them. So I've used the dry chickpeas and I soaked them and then cooked them. So they're ready. And add those in. The scales have come up. It's probably 250. Oh, that was double. I put 250. You see it's different. Right. Ah, yes, I did. Just a sec. See how we're going. That will do. I think, yeah. Next, 150 grams of water. Okay. And some lemon juice. Well, again, it's a, you can follow the recipe or you can make changes as you please. So if you like it more lemony, add all the lemon. If not, just add 30 to 40. I'm going to put probably 50.
And if you want a longer process or like you're okay with time, I feel like there's a recipe like traditional hummus, and that is next level. So how Stefan is using the cooked chickpeas, it just makes such a difference in the hummus as well. So not super quick, but definitely delish.
Yes, and another thing that really makes a difference, I made my own tahini yesterday.
Oh, how did you make that? I've never done it.
So you just use sesame seeds and grapeseed oil. So first you toast the sesame seeds in the Thermomix, and then you add grapeseed oil and blitz it twice, and it's done. It's beautiful.
So do you find it cheaper to make it that way, Stefania? Because I know that it's quite expensive to buy tahini. Like, you know what I mean? It can be.
Yeah, it is cheaper. Yeah, especially if I go to like the Presto market and buy sesame seeds bags in there. And
And grapeseed oil is your base for like a mayonnaise as well. So yeah, if you had that in the cupboard, in the pantry, there's two great uses to use that grapeseed oil.
Yeah. So in 60 to 140. I like tahini, so I'm gonna go with that.
How long does that tahini last for?
I reckon forever. Really. No, seriously, because I've used it and then sort of left it and then got it out again, and yeah, it's fine. So I would say 3 months at least in the fridge.
Is that in the fridge yet? Okay.
Oh yeah. Garlic clove. I'll just put one in, and some salt. So 1.5. And putting the spatula in.
And pop in the chat if you've got a favorite dip that we need to try, because let me know. So if anyone's done a nice dip, let us know.
These recipes are asking to insert the spatula, so just put it like that. So that's just to help the chickpea move in, I'm guessing, and turn in speed selector to speed 7. 7. Gone really liquidy on me, I think, because I used the dry chickpeas. So I'm going to add more chickpea. I think that's why I had that many. Okay. 7.
Stefan, you can't hear a thing.
Wow. Yeah, I think it makes a real difference using the cooked chickpea. I can see now. It's the first time I'm using the cooked chickpea.
Yeah, it does. It's like a pretty sorbet with hummus, though. That's how I found it. It actually has like the
Spill it over the computer. I'm going to get it out. If I pour it here, I'm going to put this down. You might be able to see me pouring it. It's like a cream.
Yeah.
Amazing. It says the next step to do it again, but I know I don't have to do it again, definitely. And then it's ready. So I'm just going to pour it. Yeah, have a look. And it made heaps. So that was 250 grams of dry chickpea, which actually made probably double that in weight after soaking overnight. So it was about 500 grams. So it made heaps. So
beautiful. Thank you.
I'm going to have a taste. And
yeah, I know. Have a taste. Is it good?
oh, it's good.
Yeah, it makes a difference. Like I know it just takes that extra little step, but it's well
I'm going to
worth
get
it.
the crackers out now. That's really
yeah,
good.
no, Claire, I was all about the canned ones for sure. But then once I had a little bit more time in a bag of chickpeas and I let it, you know, soak overnight, did all that. But there's a traditional hummus recipe that you actually put in the butterfly, and it literally looked like a pretty dream, but hummus. So it had that wit to it, and it looked amazing. So yeah, give it a go. A little bit more effort in terms of a little bit more time. It's no effort.
They soak themselves.
Yeah, they're well worth it. So give it a go.
Yeah, so just for everyone's sake, if you haven't done it before, you soak them overnight. So you do need time, but it's only time, not effort, like Teresa said. You soak them overnight, and then the next day you cook them in your Thermomix. So it's super easy. You just throw them in and add the water and cook them for 40 minutes. Go away and forget about them, and then they're ready. And then you let them cool down, drain them, cool down, and then you can make the hummus.
Beautiful. Love it. Thank you, Stefania. We're going back to Jen, who's going to finish off the gummies. We done with your timing, Jen?
Yeah.
Beautiful.
So we had to do another minute. So after the 5 minutes, I scraped the sides, and then another minute without the measuring cup. And now I need to strain it through a fine mesh sieve into a jug. So I have these awesome insulated jugs from the mixer. And I'm going to show you a little trick that I do with them. So it is tricky when no one's here to hold it for you. But, you know,
I'd hold it, please.
I know you would. But look, if I put it over the top there and keep my thumb on the doohickey there, then that'll be all right. So you can see it?
Yep, we can see perfectly.
Okay, so that's the mixture there. It's looking pretty melted. And I'm just going to pour it straight into there through the nut milk bag is what I'm using today. I use it for everything. I actually tried using it to separate the pips from the nectar, of the passion fruit pulp. But wow, that was a mess I didn't need. So word to the wise, don't bother with that. All right. Don't bother.
Smarter, not harder. That's my
I know.
motto.
There is a bit more in there, but I'll get later. So what I was doing earlier, so it's in there now, right? But what I would do, get it down there, and then I was twisting the bag. So it's creating like a tight little ball down there. I don't know if you can see.
Yeah, perfect.
So tight bag. Then I press the lid down. Now do it slowly and pull the bag so that I'm not like getting stuff all over the place, but I am squeezing the bag because this mixture is quite hot, right? So we've just, melted everything. It's sticky and it's hot. So you don't want to be, grabbing the bag and, squeezing it yourself to get it all out, and if you're like me and a little impatient, I'm not going to stand there and wait for the bag to slowly empty itself. No, nobody's doing it. So I'm just giving it a yank. Look at that.
Oh, that's great.
Done, right? So I'll wash my hands now because speaking there. Okay, then, okay, I have to, admit something as well. Full transparency always. Earlier, when I made the gummies, I thought, oh, it'll be great. So I couldn't find any. I know I do have, I've recently moved, so I know I do have some silicone trays with, fancy owls and things like that, but I couldn't find. So I found these and I thought that would be great, right? However, I even, look see here, can you see that? Some of them I put hibiscus flowers in a little bit. Some of them some of them I put a little drop of some blue stuff I found from the chef shop. What I found is, because they're not silicone.
Yeah, they can't pop them out. Yeah, I know this. Yes.
Doesn't happen. So I ended up having to use a spoon, the back of a spoon like this. Fun times. It does come out, but okay, fun times. That's what I'll be doing while the others are finishing their recipes. So, but that's a gummy, all done.
Very cute.
Right, very cute. It's got a little flour. You have to cover the flour as you're pouring, otherwise it will sit on the top, which is kind of sad. So what I'm going to do with this mixture, I'm going to put it into this snack mold, and then when they are hard, then I'm going to cut them with a sharp hot knife into sections. So I'm going to have little squares instead. All right, but close enough is good enough.
That's exactly what I did, because I did the same thing. I got the kids like, oh, this little cute picture. It was a pain to get them in the little thingo in the tray, and then I couldn't pop them out properly. So I literally, the last time I used my silicone baking thing, and I just made it a little bit thick, and I just cut it into squares. So they're in the fridge as well. So I did a similar recipe, but I just used I was super lazy about it. I just used juice from the shop. Like I just bought a mixed juice, added the gelatin, the Thermomix cooks it at the perfect temp, does all that, and then I shoved it in there. So that's the Teresa super quick version. But just make it easier. I found I couldn't pop them either. So
yeah. So this is, you can make them your own size this way, and you don't have to pour into, I did consider getting the little gummy bear things. But if you think, like, we're looking for time-effective, solutions here, and standing over a silicone tray with 500 little gummies and then popping them out after is not it. It's not it.
No.
This is it. There we go. All done.
Thank you. And gummies are amazing for gut health because of the gelatin and stuff like that. So yeah, a great little inclusion. The kids will think they're eating a lolly, but they're not. They're eating far more than that. All righty, we're going to jump to Jess. Jess is going to do something sweet to add to your lunchbox. So we're going to take Jen off. We're going to put Jess up, and Jess is going to show us some muffins.
Hi, everyone. All right, so bear with me. It's my first time on one of these classes. But my kids love muffins, so it's probably the best inclusion into a lunchbox, I'd say. So I'd prepped all my ingredients beforehand, so I was nice and ready. So I've measured everything, so hopefully it's all foolproof. I also do have one of the mix shop silicone trays, whereas this recipe does call and asks for some liners, but it's pretty good. It keeps it all in anyway. So my kids have helped me decorate these. All right, so we'll get started. So this is a basic muffin mix. There are two of these mixes on Cookie Doo, but I chose this one. This one you can include anything in one of the steps where you can add carrot and sultana. I think basically you could just add any type of ingredient you would like. Can you please leave? Thank you. I've already preheated my oven, so we can skip that step. And it asks for 16 holes, but I've just done 12. I just prefer to have one tray, so that might be a little bit bigger muffin. But if you'd like a bit smaller, you can use 16 holes. So it's asking for 300 grams of self-raising flour. and 150 grams of plain flour. So it does have a lot of flour in this one, but it's good. It's got a bit of a mix of both. You could, I guess, you could also make it wholemeal if you prefer, if you wanted a little bit more healthier, which is also a good thing. 1/2 a teaspoon of bicarb soda, so it will make it light and fluffy. And 200 grams of brown sugar. Look, as everybody else has said this evening, if you'd like to make it a bit less sweet, I did try one because I made some yesterday. They aren't too sweet just because this is the only sugar additive. And if you're not going to add anything extra, chocolate-wise, then I'd say use the amount. So I'm using 200 grams, but please do what suits you and your family. My kids love sweet.
So do we. so do we at our house.
I'm in dental. I really shouldn't like sweet either,
Yeah,
but I do. A little secret, anyone who works in dental is the biggest sugar fiend ever. They will tell you not to eat sugar, but they eat a lot of sugar.
Is that because you don't have to pay for the dental bill? Or
No.
do you get them cheaper?
Maybe get them cheaper, but I think...
Kids, I feel like your mouth is going to cost me a lot of money.
Yes. Well, you know, if you can get the free dental, why not?
Yeah.
So that's blitzed already. So now we'll just add some eggs. This is really quick recipe. I made this in between prepping for dinner. So it literally is so easy. 2 eggs.
And that's what we love, is you've got this great basic recipe and you know you've got that.
Yeah, you can make it into anything you want. I think I will try the sultana and carrot next time. And milk.
Because they love one thing one week and then the next it's gone. So it's a great one that you can alternate with.
I definitely banana bread. I make a banana bread on a weekly basis because, you know, I buy eggs thinking they're going to get eaten and they stay there.
They don't.
And brown. No. Okay. I need a bit more milk. My measurement wasn't correct. 5 off. Over, doesn't matter. Okay. And some oil. I think they're very moist, these muffins, obviously being oil rather than butter. So I prefer a oil based rather than a butter based, but sorry. And so at this step, it would ask you to add your flavors. I'm going to mix it first before I add, because with the raspberries, they're so delicate, they're just going to get pulverized. So I'll do that after I've mixed it. So tonight I'm choosing white chocolate and raspberries.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry?
Oh, no, I was going to say great money saving, you know, making these types of things, especially instead of, you know, things just go yuck after a few days and you can just make them fresh so quickly and not cost a fortune as well.
Yeah. So what I'll do is I think I'll mix this again. It just needs another mix. And who doesn't love a muffin?
I know.
This mix. You're going to get it clean. You can clean your bowl afterwards, so even better. Okay. All right, so show you. That's the.
Oh,
the
that
mix.
looks good. That looks like a good mix.
So I'll just mix in everything, and with the spatula, just obviously in a bit more gentle way, and then I'll pour them into the trays. So
fantastic.
I made some yesterday. I'll show you what they ended up turning out like. So they ended up really pretty good size.
They were like
muffins,
cafe
so
ones. Yeah,
yeah,
like good cafe ones. Yeah.
perfect. And I got the thumbs up for the kids, so perfect.
Oh, even better. Thank you so much, Jess. So, like I said, I'll give you guys a recipe as well, so you can definitely have a go at that. Now it is my turn again. We've just got a few more recipes left, and then we are done. So I'm going to do the yogurt bark. So not one for the lunchbox, but it's definitely a great, I'm thinking like an after school snack or something like that. And side note, I made them as well a few days ago just to give it a crack. And my husband ate them last night, which I discovered when I woke up this morning that my finished product doesn't exist anymore because he ate it. However, he did say they're delicious and he thought it was ice cream. It's not. So, yeah, that's the story of my house. I have to hide everything, especially if it's for a demo, because it gets eaten. So this is called frozen yogurt bark from Cookie Doo. It does require the cutter. So that is why so we need to line a plate with paper towels and then line a baking tray. So the baking tray that I used the other day, and this is purely so it fit into my freezer, was one of these little ones from the mix shop. So I've got the little tray, and that actually helped me peel the yogurt bark off there. It did end up a little bit thicker than probably it should have been. Freezer that kind of fits perfectly. So I'm going to use that, but I'm going to grab another tray for my strawberries. So it's asked me to weigh the strawberries, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to put in my cutter. Hang on, let me spotlight my thing. Okay, so like Stefania was telling us, you just put in this bottom piece into the jug, and then you add in your cutter bowl. And then we're going to, it says insert the cutter and then place cutting disc with side one facing up. So side one, we love this, so then I won't press next. All right, we're putting our lid on. So the cutter can face either way, okay? It works either way. Pressing next. Okay, so then we are adding in our strawberries. We're turning it to thin. So the blade is turning around. You can probably see it in the video, and I'm just going to pop in the strawberries. And what this is going to do is this is going to be added to the top of the yogurt bar. And that is it. We're just waiting for that to open. And there we go. There is our sliced strawberries. So not only are the strawberries great for this recipe, but think about all the other things that it could be great for. So a pad, cake decorations, whatever it might be. So there's lots of options for this for something strawberry-like. Now, I was pretty shocked that the cutter did the strawberries because, you know, they're not super firm like a carrot or something, but it does a beautiful job with them. So strawberries, there you go, all sliced. Now, like the girls, like Stefania said, actually, we don't need to worry because the jug is clean, and I absolutely love that bit. Okay, so we'll remove the cutter and set that aside with the shaft. Remember that? Okay, we're now inserting our butterfly whip. Okay, so remember that, go behind that big blade just to give it some space. Now, it says to use Greek style yogurt. You know, you can absolutely make your own yogurt in your Thermomix. So if you have it in the fridge, this is another way that you can use it. I'm just using the Yogurt Pro because I figured that it was in the fridge and it might be a little extra protein as well. So I'm adding 250 grams of the yogurt, pressing next. Now, it says vanilla sugar. I don't have vanilla sugar, And for 5 grams, I was like, nah, don't need it. Okay, so Jen's shaking her head. Do you agree? Oh, you're on mute, honey.
Yeah, ridiculous. 5 grams. I don't think so. Right.
No, I'm not doing that for 5 grams. So in Teresa's style,
Just
I
choose
just
the
grabbed a
vanilla
little bit of vanilla
Yoko.
essence. Oh, yeah, you could do that. I just use vanilla essence. I was like, that will do. Oh, and I know what I was meant to do beforehand. I was meant to make here, so I'm going to make a bit of caster sugar. I had it in my head, I'm going to make caster sugar before I start the whole thing, but yeah, I forgot. The beauty of having 2 machines. If you'd like to earn your second machine like I did, and that's why I joined, let me know. Okay, so I've just put that sugar in there. I'm just going to blitz it. That's enough. Let's have a look. Yep, there we go. So we just made our caster sugar. Adding that to the jug. Pressing next, okay, and adding lid on. So for 30 seconds, that's going to blend that yogurt and thicken it up. I think because it's a protein yogurt on the weekend, I did let it go a little bit longer, but we'll see. Any questions about the cutter while you've got us on? Pop your cutter questions in the chat or come up any questions about the cutter, especially if you haven't had a chance to see it yet. Okay, so there it is. I'm just going to add a little bit more time. I just feel like it can be fluffier. So I'm just going to go back on that step and repeat it, which you can absolutely do on Cookie Dough. If you find that you're not too happy with how it's turned out or needs a little bit more, because of course I'm not using Greek yogurt, that might have shifted that a bit. I'm just going to blend it a little bit more. Okay, I'll leave it at that because we're in class. Keep it moving. So there we go. There's our yogurt. All I have to do now, move this so you can see, is I'm just going to pour it onto this tray without the butterfly whip would be handy. So a great alternative, you've probably seen lots of chocolate bars, especially over Christmas. I think I made one too. But this is a nice little alternative. So yeah, once again, a frozen one, so you'll have to enjoy this when the kids get back home, but still a great treat. Paper towel, I should have paper toweled these, but that's okay. And I'm just going to pop these sliced strawberries on the top. And I'm not doing it delicately because that's just me, but apparently it doesn't matter anyway because my husband loves it. So you get the idea. I'm going to pop that in the freezer and I'll definitely post the finished product after that. All right, just 2 more things left. We're going to pop back to Jen and she is going to do some chocolate bars.
Yes, so these are the cranberry chocolate snack bars. So I imagine if you didn't want cranberries in it, you could put apricots if you want, or you could do goji berries if you want to go like superfood. Nuts, whatever you want, right? But these ones call for cranberries. So good thing that we've just come off the back of Christmas because I have all this gear in my house, don't I? So 230 grams of the dried cranberries. Oh, so close. But you know what? Like now it's done. So good-o. Okay. 6 pitted fresh medjool dates. So I have got the fresh ones. Always, give them a squeeze. Even though they say that they're pitted, just give them a squeeze before you put them in because, otherwise it's going to be quite a different texture than you wanted. 2 teaspoons of Dutch cocoa powder. I mean, I can't hear an accent from the cocoa powder, but
The Dutch cocoa powder is the best.
You make me laugh so much.
Do you want me to give you a Dutch accent?
Yes, please. Thank you, yes.
Oh,
Go.
no, I won't.
Oh, come on. You can't promise something and then take it away. So 100 grams of desiccated coconut starting and 2 teaspoons of pure maple syrup. So 2 of those in. This is great. I love this recipe because, like we were talking before about, the levels of sugar and that kind of stuff. So this one uses maple syrup, which is much, much better. Plus you've got the sweetness from the cranberry. And then you have the chocolate on the top. Again, I'm going to add a tablespoon of that protein powder because, thank you very much. I'm going to find where I put my lid. And then this is going on for 20 seconds on stick.
Speaking of protein, there's a new collection on Cookie Do, and it's protein. It's like high protein breakfast. Some great ideas like protein, if you're into that stuff, like protein waffles, protein pancakes and things like that. That's a really costly thing, I find, if you purchase that stuff pre-made or whatever. So yeah, great little new collection that's come out on Cookie Do. You should check it out.
And it's a you can definitely hear the power of the Thermomix with this one. So that's mixed up. It's asking me to scrape down the side, so we are going to do this again. I don't think it's quite as long, but already it's looking a bit like that. So it's quite loose. Don't be concerned when you make it and you think, oh, that's not going to come together. It absolutely will. Those dates and that little bit of maple syrup are definitely going to hold it together. So, and also another 20 seconds. So, so now we distribute it evenly between our. So you can use the snack bar molds that you can get from the shop. Today I have chosen to use this. So this is the chocolate bar mold. So like the other ladies were saying, this one does have a sturdy frame. So you can, you don't have to worry about it, putting it on a tray and it, not being sturdy in the fridge. So I will press all of those into there. At a later stage, I'll grab my second bowl again, one bar to have. Here are the bars. So this is how they've come out, right? Looking fabulous, looking a little bite-sized and wonderful, full of protein and goodness. Now I've just placed them on a rack, and I've got some greaseproof paper underneath on the tray so that when I drizzle the chocolate, then it's not going to mess up anything. So I've done that. Yes, I've done a little thing. So 50 grams of white chocolate broken into pieces. So I've just got like the little baking chips. It's fine. Only 50 grams. And I did open it before, and it's not like anything.
They look great, Jen.
What's that?
They look great.
Yeah, right. Like they're so cute and small.
Yeah.
Okay.
And if you look at protein bars in the supermarket, there's so much rubbish in them and artificial sweeteners and all this kind of stuff. They're not that great for you. So, and expensive, like really expensive. So if you can make something like Jen has made, such a win, for yourself as well, not just for the kids. So it'll be great.
Yeah, so good. And look, I don't know if you can hear me or not. I hope you can.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, great. So we're melting the chocolate over here, and I'm imagining that I'm going to have to empty that out into a container, then put the milk chocolate in, melt that, and then I'll have the 2 drizzles. So that's fine. It's like 2 minutes, 3 minutes maybe. So look,
Beautiful.
I've used collagen in mine. I'll show you what it looks like. I don't know when I bought it or why, and it was expensive. So I'm using it every chance I get. I'm putting it in hamburgers. I mean, like chuck it in, right? I'm kidding, I don't. But you can use anything like linseeds even. If you put linseeds in the Thermomix first and you mill those up till they're a powder, that's a source of protein. So, there are different ways that you can make these really expensive kind of protein bars in a very inexpensive way.
Amazing. Thank you, Jen. I am doing the last recipe of the night, and it's so quick. You will love it. So basically, a bit of a sandwich fill up. Okay, so, you know, gets a bit stuck what to put into the sandwich, you know, ham, cheese, all those boring things. But what we're going to do tonight is I'm just going to make a really quick avo and egg spread, something that you could also have for brekkie, I guess. So something ridiculously easy. Now, the first step of the recipe actually says, because it's an older recipe, to boil your eggs in your steaming basket. I did that really quickly this morning, and I just used my egg boiler mode in my TM6. So if you've got your TM6, obviously just choose that, and then you can pick how you would like your eggs. The first step it's asking is for pickled cucumbers. I'm going to ditch that because of the kids. But yeah, if it was for me, I would absolutely add that. I'm putting in my avocado, just one avo without the pip. Let's try. So I did take a different take on the good old egg salad kind of spread, but extra goodness with the avo. We're adding spring onions. Pressing next, salt to taste. Oh, where's my salt? Sorry, I'm just grabbing that. I'm dipping the lime juice as well. So like I said, adjust that to suit you and your family. But if it was me and my husband, I would definitely add the lime salt, some fresh sourdough. It'd be yum. But for the kids, we're going plain today. So I'm adding my 4 boiled eggs. Now, perfectly boiled in the egg boiler mode. I know it sounds insane and so basic, but it is one of the best modes next to self-cleaning. Okay, so lid on. And that's actually going to mix it for 20 seconds.
Let me take you bed in a minute, Emily.
Now, just for a smoother spread, scrape down and repeat that step. So I'm just going to have a look at it. I will put that across too. Hang on. So there we go. There is our little mixture. And that looks great. So, yep, definitely something that you could add to a lunchbox, to your lunchbox, or a really nice breakfast option as well. So that's actually pretty versatile. If you really wanted, you could probably smooth it up and add it like a little dip as well. So there's lots that you could do with that. So something very flexible. For tonight, I'm just going to add Jess and Stefania to the page at our spotlight. So we really hope that that was something useful and gave you some great ideas that you could do with your lunch boxes. We went through a lot of recipes tonight, so we just hit just over an hour, and we really smashed out what's nearly 6 or 7 recipes. So yeah, we hope that kind of gave you some fresh ideas. And if you have any questions at all, please don't hesitate to talk to your consultant to get any help. A huge thank you to Jen, Jess, and Stefania for spending time tonight to help me with this class. They are amazing. If you want to stay on and have a little chat about potentially joining our team, I am here. Let me know, and I can do a really quick info session. It will be 5 minutes. And if you have any questions as well. But otherwise, thank you so much for joining us tonight. We really appreciate it. And look out in your inbox for an email in the next few days with all the recipes and stuff like that. But thank you once again for coming. And thank you, girls. Did anyone want to say anything, or we're good?
My house smells amazing and the bread is ready.
Yeah.
So maybe when we send through the recipes to the attendees, we can send some pictures as well if you like.
If you look, and if the girls will pop, I'm sure, on their socials, like the finished product as well, if you get a chance. So I'll also include that into the email as well, so that you know who to follow and check out their pages as well to see the finished product. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Thanks,
Thank you.
everybody.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.